Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel. We are back to watch another episode of Dark. This is Season 2, Episode 5. Last episode was a doozy. Episode 4 was a crazy one that kind of broke me a little bit, especially in the post-episode discussion. If you stuck around for that, I was rambling. I was on an incoherent rant for 30 minutes, and it was an eventful time. But what happened last time on Dark is Jonas, he traveled to 1921, right? And then Noah took him downstairs into their like cave palace, and he met Adam, and he was like, "Yo, who are you?" And Adam's like, "Come on, ik ben du." It's like, brother, everybody is Jonas. Jonas is the good guy. Jonas is the bad guy. Jonas is every like each stage of Jonas throughout time has different motivations, and it's honestly kind of crazy. And we spent a little bit of time trying to figure out like why is old Jonas doing the things he's doing, and I kind of came to the conclusion that like he's lived so much time and done so much time travel that he's kind of seen this cycle happen a gazillion times, right? Like he's lived so much life that he knows going through the cycle like they normally would is not going to lead towards the right outcome, and it's just going to keep going and keep going and keep going. And so maybe he thinks that the only way to stop it completely is destroy the world and let the world burn, and then that paradox maybe will break itself. I don't know. That seems like the most logical route for his motivations, but if I know anything about Dark, is they've thought of things far beyond what my little mortal brain can think of. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just really excited to jump into this next episode. Unfortunately, in the past week or two, Netflix canceled 1899 from the same creators of Dark. That was devastating. Really upset by that. I hope that show can get picked up for the remaining 2 seasons by a different platform. Probably unlikely, but a man can dream, But yeah. So before we jump into this, if you end up enjoying my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a ton to me. If you're new here, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. We got a fun community over there. Sometimes I post reactions early there. But other than that, let's jump into episode 5 of season 2 of Dark. Man, they just cannot stop thinking about boning each other. This is like a shared dreamscape. What if it switches to old Jonas? He's very scarred. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's middle Jonas. Excuse me? Jonas, did you impregnate her? And she just doesn't know it yet? Like, did you dream impregnate her? That would be wild. June 25th, 2020. 2 days until the apocalypse. Where are you going, Jonas?
Wartet mal.
Hey. We're gonna go time travel. You wanna
Ich
come?
muss euch was zeigen. Sind verabredet? Ist vielleicht besser, wenn ihr euch hinsetzt.
Können wir das wann anders machen? Wir müssen wirklich los.
No.
Seit Monaten redest du quasi nicht mit uns und jetzt willst du wissen, was wir denken?
Marta. She's on the same page as you now.
Mann, fuck, Mama! Du tust so, als wärst du alleine mit der Scheiße! Aber wir haben sie auch verloren!
Marta, you should probably maybe peep at what she's got to show you. I mean, we don't like her either, but maybe like listen for a hot second. You gonna get out of here? Heck yeah. June 26th, so tomorrow, in the 87s, he dies.
Ein Mensch lebt 3 Leben.
What?
Es ist unausweichlich, dass wir alle 3 Stufen durchschreiten.
Are you in the third stage?
Zu deinem
Or
älteren
the second
Ich wirst
stage?
und dein älteres Ich. Zu dem, was du hier vor dir siehst.
Ich habe keine Zeit für diese ganze Scheiße hier. Ich muss wieder zurück nach Hause, in meine Zeit. Ich habe gesehen, was passieren wird. Ich habe ihre Gräber gesehen.
Du hast noch viel Zeit.
He's seen their graves too, brother.
Wir haben das Jahr 1921. Streng genommen hast du noch 99 Jahre.
Yeah, technically, you have a lot of time.
Die Leute können ja sagen, was sie wollen. Aber dieser Reagan, das ist ein Spitzenkerl.
Reagan is not a good dude. We don't like him. Probably should have killed that guy. You know how many people you're gonna have to get past to, like, actually escape?
Warum ich eigentlich gekommen bin.
You're too good for this world, Papa.
Ich möchte, dass du zu uns ziehst. Du wärst nicht so alleine. Und Regina würde sich auch freuen, wenn sie mehr von dir hätte. Am besten morgen schon.
Tomorrow.
Du tust ja so, als wäre ich schon fast tot.
You are, brother. You just don't know it. Unless she's causing your death by doing this.
Er war immer da. Direkt vor mir.
Yep.
Ich kann einfach nicht fassen, dass du mit meinem Mann und mit meinem Sohn geschlafen hast.
That's what I said last episode.
Aber du wolltest ja schon immer alles haben, was mir gehört.
Katerina, this is not the time. Why are you being like this?
Hat dir Ulrich eigentlich jemals gesagt, dass er dich liebt? Du weißt, am Ende wird er sich immer für uns entscheiden.
This is unnecessary cruelty. Part of why I don't like you.
Kennen Sie diese Person?
Das ist mein Sohn! Das ist mein Boy! Das ist mein Boy!
Hey, yo. Jonas. Breaking into your grandma's house like this? Oh, look at you. She's a little baby. Bro, she's gonna freak out when she gets back home and sees that.
Ich weiß, wann Kriege beginnen und enden. Welche Entdeckungen
They keep
die
showing that
Wissenschaft in den nächsten
poster of
Jahren
like
macht.
the two sides colliding.
Auf welche Aktien ich setzen sollte.
I wonder if like two different universes will collide.
Ich bin deine Zukunft.
Es muss einen Weg geben, das alles zu ändern. Dass die Dinge anders passieren.
Ein Schlupfloch.
Yes, the loophole you talked about previously.
Es geht doch nichts über eine gute Nachbarschaft. Es ist bemerkenswert, dass auch Frau Nielsen das gleiche Verständnis teilt. Vielleicht ist das so in einer kleinen Stadt. Man teilt nicht nur die Geheimnisse,
Sure, husbands?
sondern auch Geld und Bett.
Does she know when... She's got like a sixth sense. She's like Daredevil. But instead of losing her sight, she lost her hearing. Noah! Hello, brother.
Das alles hier hat etwas mit mir zu tun.
Why?
Weißt du, wer meine Eltern sind?
Is Noah your dad? I mean, I think I kind of speculated that previously, but is this like the truth, Styles?
Du weißt, was passieren wird. In der Zukunft.
Yeah. The world blows up. Bartos is still just chilling there.
Was ist das?
Ihr glaubt mir eh nicht.
Warum nicht? Der menschliche Körper ist in der Lage, 3 Tage ohne Flüssigkeitsaufnahme auszukommen.
Yeah, you want to push that to the limit, though? How dangerously close do we want to get to that line?
Das ist eine Zeitmaschine.
Dann zeig uns, wie es funktioniert.
Ooh, are you guys gonna travel?
Ihr müsst näher kommen.
Yeah, you don't want to get trapped outside of the time travel blob. Or, like, halfway. I wonder where they went. That's your son.
Das ist mein Boy!
Danke.
Mikael, do you understand what's going on here? Or do you have, like, amnesia?
Sie kommen mir irgendwie bekannt vor.
Can he bring himself to tell him?
Ich habe über 33 Jahre auf diesen Moment gewartet. Die Frage ist nicht wie, sondern wann. Was hast du gesagt?
Papa.
That was nice.
Wir haben der Zeit den Krieg erklärt.
Declared
Gott.
war on time.
Den Krieg erklärt. Gott ist Zeit.
God is time,
Und die Zeit ist nicht barmherzig.
and time is not merciful. Interesting philosophy. Hello there, sir.
Ich bin Noah.
Ich weiß, wer Sie sind.
Vielleicht wirst du eines Tages verstehen, dass ich das alles nur getan habe, damit es irgendwann nicht mehr geschieht. Damit du mir nicht wiedergenommen wirst. Genauso wenig wie deine Mutter.
Okay, yep, confirmed, I think. I think that's confirmation.
Als du geboren wurdest, haben sie dir keine großen Chancen gegeben. Du bist zu früh gekommen, warst winzig. Aber du wolltest leben, du warst so stark.
This must be so trippy. You're a time travel baby. Does that mean,
Meine Mutter hat das Foto gemacht.
okay, when was she born?
Ich hab ihr
In
versprochen,
normal
dich
33 years ago?
zurückzubringen.
Or in the future? Or in the past?
Ich all die Jahre gesucht. Warst du die ganze Zeit da? Adam wusste, dass du es bist.
He did know, and he didn't tell you.
Ich muss Adam vernichten, damit alle leben.
Okay, how?
Wer ist meine Mutter?
Oh yeah, tell me this answer. You are your mother.
Sie hat dich sehr geliebt.
That'd be so trippy. You're your own mother.
Das tut sie noch immer.
Answer the question, though, Noah. Come on. Bro, I'd be so mad. Find out my dad's like a supervillain and he won't tell me who my mom is.
Noah hat gesagt, dass es um einen Krieg geht. Um die Herrschaft über die Zeit. Dass Jonas zurückkommt und
Jonas?
That's all she
Jonas
cares
kommt
about.
zurück.
It's the only thing she cares about.
Ich gehe jetzt nach Hause.
What do you mean you're going home? You just were engulfed in a oozy black Prometheus ball of death. You're just gonna like ignore what he's saying? Alright, you do you. Are they trying to escape back to the cave? Oh, poor boy.
Halt! Stehen bleiben! Lassen Sie den Jungen los!
Nein!
Runter auf den Boden!
Michael!
Dürft ihr mir nicht wegnehmen! Michael!
Michael!
Michael, ich komme zurück.
She was so close.
Ich schwöre, beim nächsten Mal bring ich dich um. Mitkommen. Michael!
Dang, they were so close.
66 Jahre später verstehe ich es. Es gibt Momente, die verändern uns für immer.
What changed you into this?
Manchen Schmerz vergisst man nicht. Aber es gibt einen Weg. Du hast die Passage gesehen, den Bunker, den Stuhl, den Apparat, das Ding in der Zukunft. Aber das ist noch nicht das Ende der Kette.
Okay. What else does he need to see?
Was ist das?
Wenn es das ist, was
Potassium?
ich denke, dann wird es unser Verständnis von der Welt grundlegend verändern.
It's dark matter. Wah, 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 wah. Ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. Hey, look, that's your dad. Sup?
Halt! Halt, stopp, anhalten! Das sind meine Kinder! Magnus! Martha!
They're just gonna think he's even crazier than he is, because every single time he sees a kid, he's like, that's my kid!
Hast du Papa überhaupt geliebt?
That's a good question. Or was he just a second place
Weißt,
consolation?
dass du eine Affäre mit Ulrich hattest? Wenn du heute wählen könntest zwischen Papa und Ulrich.
Ich habe alles kaputt gemacht. Ich weiß.
Vielleicht hast du das schon immer.
Ooh. Dang. That's some hard words for her. That's so wild that Noah's her dad. Who is her mom, though? It's probably one of the younger kids. If we've learned anything. Damn, this kid's just gonna think that hot chocolate tastes so weird until he has a regular hot chocolate. It's gonna blow his mind. Yeah, she's freaking out. What is that thing? All these weird devices.
Äther, schwarze Materie, X-Feld.
Wie ist es entstanden?
Das in der Zukunft durch die Katastrophe in 2 Tagen, die du unbedingt verhindern willst.
Yeah, this one?
Haben wir selbst hergestellt.
How, though?
Das hier. schickt dich genau zu dem Tag, zu dem du reisen möchtest.
How do you, like, set that up?
Die Frage ist nur, wann ist der Anfang?
Yeah, when is the beginning?
Und welches Opfer müssen wir bringen?
So you just keep going through this until you figure out the correct thing?
Der Tag, bevor alles passiert ist. Bevor Papa sich das Leben genommen hat.
Do you have to stop your dad from killing himself?
Wenn du ihn davon abhalten kannst, sich das Leben zu nehmen, dann wird alles, was folgt, nicht passieren. Du, ich, wir werden nicht geboren.
You'll cease to exist, yeah. I mean, at least these versions of you, like a different version of Jonas will continue. But the versions that currently exist here won't exist anymore. Is he
Wenn
crying?
du das schaffst, sortieren wir die Welt neu.
What if going back in time to that day is what causes Mikkel to kill himself? That's crazy. Oh, friggin' end of that episode. All right, so Jonas is now going to be traveling to, like, kind of present day 2019 to stop his father from committing suicide. That is going to be a heckin' bonkers task to try and complete, because, you know, I don't think he's successful. I mean, well, they did say that this is like the last cycle, or the beginning of the last cycle, or something like that, or this one that we're currently in is the second to last cycle. I'm not 100% sure. But I don't think he's gonna be successful, because he has to, he has to grow up to middle Jonas and old Jonas. Unless he does it and the loophole breaks, but I don't think it's gonna work the way that we're being told it's gonna work. Maybe old Jonas is wrong, and it just works a completely different way. But I have, because there's a whole season and a half left of this show. Obviously, it's not going to work the right way. But a couple big things happened in this episode. We start off with another sex dream, obviously, where Jonas dreams that he, maybe, impregnated Marta with some weird black goo. And who knows what that means? That probably has a super deep meaning that I just don't know. And then he chats with himself a little bit, and he's like, yeah, funny how we dislike the people that are most similar to us. And it's like, funny, because you're the same guy. Marta flips out at Katerina. Katerina is like, yo, let me talk to my children about time travel real quick. I think I need to tell them that this picture includes their father, or not includes their father, includes their little brother, and he is Jonas's dad. She's gonna try and explain time travel to them, and Marta is like, bitch, don't talk to us. You've been acting like we don't exist for months. Yeah, you lost your husband and you lost your son. Absolutely devastating. But we're still here. We're grieving as well, and you've essentially completely abandoned us. So, forgive me if I don't have 5 minutes to talk about whatever crap you want to talk about, Ma. I gotta go learn about time travel a different way. And it's just, yeah, it's very unfortunate. And they go to the cave, and they meet Bartos again, who's just, chilling there. He's been there for a while, and he, explains time travel to them. And they're like, we don't believe you. And he's like, all right, well, let's get in the sphere, and we'll time travel. And they do that, and they're still like, we don't believe you. And it's like, bro, did you not pay attention to the glowing ball of dark matter that just engulfed you? What do you think just happened? Like, come on now. Until they travel to they look at the bus stop, and the bus stop is like 80s, baby. But yeah, they learn. Claudia wants her father, Egon, to move in with her, but he's going to die tomorrow, so that's not gonna go well. Hopefully her wanting him to move in is not what kills him. Yeah, that would be great. I mean, Ulrich also said he was gonna kill him, so hopefully that is not the case, but that would be entirely possible. Who knows? Katerina calls out Hannah for being a little bit of a homewrecker, where she's like, yo, funny how you slept with my husband and my son. And I was like, that's what I said last time. You know, that's objectively very funny. And then Jonas, he puts a necklace, the middle Jonas puts a necklace on Marta's pillow after breaking into her house. And no one is gonna like address that broken window at any point, you know. But it is what it is. You know, she's gonna find that later. Ooh, Claudia finds out about the like what actually happened at the plant, about like the waste that they were improperly disposing of did something, and the levels on it were weird, and it potentially is gonna revolutionize the world. You know, I don't know. I don't think they would have understood at the time that they created time travel, but it's entirely possible. They might have just figured out that they, created a infinite, energy resource or something. I don't know. Ooh, Ulrich escapes from the mental hospital. That's a huge thing in this episode. He escapes, goes and visits his son, and is like, if it's not how, it's when, baby. And then they embrace, they hug, and it's sad. Like, he remembers who he is. And it's very interesting because, Agnes, or his new mom, kind of, is dosing him with sleeping pills, which have they have a side effect of memory loss or something like that. And so she's just like slowly making him forget about his past life. Maybe, that would be an interesting concept. Like, what if he grows up, lives his whole life, has a family and stuff, and he's happy, but he has this like underlying sense that this is not where he's supposed to be, right? And then Jonas from 1921 travels and tells him he tells him everything, and he truly realizes how much of his life he missed out on, and like what could have been, and that's what causes him to kill himself. So like Jonas going back is what starts all of this. That would be crazy. Ooh, another huge thing that happened. We find out, like, we get it confirmed. I speculated this last time, but we get it confirmed that Noah is Charlotte's father. That's why when he killed Claudia and he looked at the paper and he was like, Charlotte, because he read something about her. And he confronts her and he's like, yo, I'm your paps. Like, and she's like, you killed all these children. And he's like, yeah, I killed these kids. I did it, but I did it so that a future might exist where that never happened. And it's like, okay, sure. And she's like, who's my mom? And he doesn't tell her. He's like, she loves you, or she loved you very much, and she still does. And that could be taken a couple ways, right? So that could be taken like, okay, if I think back to the beginning of my thought, he said, I told your mother I would bring you back. So maybe when he's saying she still loves you, he's saying that from a viewpoint of from his current understanding and viewpoint of time, the mom is either like still alive back wherever he originated from, like wherever, whether that be 1920s, 1950s, the future, whatever. You know, she's still alive, waiting for her daughter and husband to come back. I don't know. Or it could mean that, like, in the present day, 2020, whenever he's talking to her, it could mean that her daughter, or not her daughter, it could mean that her mother exists in present day and loves her. And that opens up branches of, like, weird stuff that could possibly be true. I joked last time that maybe she's her own mother. What if... Okay. Because who else... Like, if we're speculating that it could be someone in present day who loves her, that means that... that means... Okay, I think that means that her mother is either Francisca or Elizabeth. And that would be... I don't even know. Like, the I'm my own grandpa type thing. Kinda. That would literally mean that Charlotte is her own grandma. So, like, if that would be the case, Charlotte births either Francisca or Elizabeth, and then, well, technically she births both of them, but then one of those two then grows up, falls in love with Noah, and then births Charlotte, and that cycle just, like, repeats. I mean, weirder things have happened, if we're being honest. So that's one branch. So, like, the one branch is Charlotte's mom is still, like, maybe we don't ever know her identity, or maybe we eventually learn it and she's just some rando. The first possibility is she is back at whatever origination point that Noah is from, or at least, like, middle-aged Noah is from, because he could have, he's been in this time travel game for a while, so I guess he could have had Charlotte at various points in time, like the specific time frame in which she is birthed. I don't know if that's, like, crazy important, but, you know. So that's branch one. Her mom is still back in that time frame, waiting, or died. She could be, like, an old lady in present day, and then dies, or she could be a regular lady in present day and then dies during the apocalypse or something. I don't know. That's one possibility. Second possibility is if we're taking his words literally and applying them to the time frame that she's in. Because if we're doing that, I can't think of a different female character that you could describe as someone who loves Charlotte in the present day, other than her two daughters. I mean, unless like, somehow that you could also apply, like, the future, like, because we know at a certain point, like, Claudia and Agnes became close, you know. So, you know, but at one point they weren't. So, like, what if Charlotte becomes part of a group going forward, and, like, she's an old lady at some point and becomes close with another female that in present day doesn't love her but will love her eventually. I don't know. There are so many possibilities. Knowing Dark as it has been presented to me so far, they're going to choose the most weird, convoluted option which leads me to believe that one of Charlotte's daughters, whether that be, oh my God, oh, that fits. I think it's Elizabeth, because there was a moment in the last episode where they were showing, I forgot if they were showing Noah first or Elizabeth first, but they like held on their face, and then it cut to the new time, and the other person's face, whether it be Noah or Elizabeth, was in like the same exact framing. And I made a comment. I was like, they look similar. I don't know if that's supposed to be a thing. I mean, maybe they look similar because they're like technically Noah is Elizabeth's great, what? No. Technically Noah is Elizabeth's grandpa. But I don't know. But like, I don't know. Because he's her grandpa. And then if they have a baby together and make Charlotte, that's just like this weird incestuous family tree. Oh man, that's okay. I don't know if that fixes anything up, but yeah, that doesn't necessarily explain. I thought I figured something out where I was like, oh my God, they look the same. That's why, but I get they would look the same because she's literally Charlotte's daughter. Of course they would look similar. I'm dumb. But it's still a possibility that one of the two daughters is her mother and also her daughter, and it's just this weird incestuous mess. That was a huge thing. That was a substantial thing. Oh yeah, Ulrich and Mikkel try and escape, and I think they were both trying to escape. Like, it wasn't just one of them leading the other. I think they were like both like, we're gonna get home. And then they get stopped by Egon and Mikkel's mother, Ines. That's her name, Ines Conwald. They got close. It was real close. But he gets arrested, and then he sees his other kids. And he's like, those are my kids! And it's going to lead, just add credence to the fact that this dude's crazy. Everyone's going to think like, man, you think every child is your kid. Like, none of these people are your kids. Even though every time he says it, he's literally looking at one of his kids. Super funny. Jonas is kind of mean to his mom at a certain point. Because he's like, yo, did you ever actually love my dad? Like, were you ever actually in love with him? Did he mean anything to you? Or was he just like a consolation prize? Was he a second place finisher in your heart compared to Ulrich? Like, if Ulrich was here today and so was Dad, who would you pick? And she can't answer it. Like, she can't give him a convincing answer. Like, she can't say his father and make it be convincing, and she's obviously not going to say Ulrich to him, which probably in his heart just confirms that, you know, it wasn't true for her. And he gives her some cold words where he's like, you ruin everything, you've only ever needed yourself. And it's like, damn, Jonas, tell her how it is. Like, rip to her. You know, she's a little bit psychotic and she's done some messed up stuff, but I like her more than Katarina. So there's that, I guess. But yeah, throughout the episode, Jonas is talking to himself, the old version of himself. He's giving him vague answers to the certain things. He's like, oh, this happens, this could happen. Weird that I've possibly had this conversation already. Like, I know everything. Like, he's just telling him stuff. He's like, you know, you might think that you're never going to have this conversation the same way. Turns out you will. You don't think you're going to become me. Things happen, buddy. Like, you're going to go through some traumatizing stuff, and you will become calloused to the world, and you'll become me. There's no avoiding it. The only way to avoid it is to go back to the beginning and make it so the beginning never happens. And he's going to send him back in time to stop his father from killing himself. Who knows if he's telling him the truth? He could be, like, maybe, I don't know, because the people are, like, multiple people are saying that, or at least, well, Noah, right? He's saying that, well, not just Noah, everyone's kind of saying that Adam, old Jonas, is determined to let the cycles happen. And he's starting the final cycle. Maybe, you know, he's telling our young Jonas, this is how you complete the loophole or something. You know, this is how you stop it. But maybe he's just lying to him, and this is the start of the loop. Him sending him back. If there can be a start of the loop, that him sending him back is what starts it. You know, because maybe if Jonas never goes back, his father never kills himself, because he never learns about what his life could have been. He never learns that his mother was drugging him. You know, he never learns all these things, and he doesn't kill himself. So right now I think that Jonas going back is going to lead to his father killing himself, like, directly. But I'm not 100% sure. Next episode is called An Endless Cycle. Yep, so obviously. I don't know. This show gets better and better every episode, I feel like. This episode was not as, like, mind-blowing as the last one, but it was still really excellent. Just, it methodically moves things forward and reveals new pieces of information every time, and it's fantastic. I love it so much. Easily, I'm not even done with it, and it's, in my opinion, the best show Netflix has ever made. And I'm excited to see more. I'm glad that a couple other channels are picking this up, like Blind Wave just started Dark, and their reactions to it already are great. So I'm excited to see how quickly they figure things out as well. But yeah, no, this is fantastic. I think that's all I gotta say, though. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a ton to me. It helps my channel out a lot. If you're new here or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload, especially if you want to see me react to more of Dark. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. That is linked in the description below. Sometimes I post reactions early on Patreon as well, so if you're interested in that, sometimes that happens. But I think that's all I gotta say. So thank you for watching again, and I will catch you guys next time.